Yo, good evening, everyone from the USA, all over the world, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the 5 spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka Lonely Nomad, aka the Gregonator, aka the Unstoppable Podcaster, YouTuber, host with the most, and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. And you are now tuning in and rocking with the 108th episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast. And we got a great show for you today. Now, first and foremost, I should acknowledge that the person that was supposed to be here to guest co-host with me couldn't make it because of health related reasons. I hope this person feels better. Sending healing energy to you out there. Hope you get some rest, and hopefully we could do this again tomorrow. I will actually email this person along with the link, so you know what I'm saying. Anyway, man, we are live and direct from StreamYard and YouTube. Alongside with myself is, of course, Instagram Live, which is the IGTV of the podcast show page of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast. Make sure you guys turn on your notifications and all that good stuff. And for the listeners and new listeners out there who are just coming in, welcome to the show. And if you guys miss any previous episodes, don't worry, I got you back. All you need to do is go grab the subscribe button for me. And while you're at it, enable alerts with the notification bell. Stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Leave a like and a comment along with the topics and the episodes. Make sure you download your favorite episodes. Share the videos from YouTube. Share the episodes on Anchor. Share the tell a friend to another friend. Make sure you actually make sure you spread the word. And I will go over the audio streaming platforms on the go at the end of the show. Now, all right, let me just do, because I just did a mental health check-in in terms of what's going on with me, in terms of the opposition of what I was feeling. We're going to go into a little segment that I like to call mental health check-in. And for those of you who may not know what mental health check-in is, it's basically a segment where we talk about people's well-being or what's going on the inside, especially, emotionally speaking, whether it's trauma, whether it's some nightmare shit like rape, molestation, family drama. I mean, you just name it though, man. It's all about your well-being, folks, that's listening out there. And for me, mentally, physically, and spiritually, real quick, actually, I'm actually happy right now, overall, because I wasn't expecting 62 subscribers and over 3,000 views, which is excellent. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm recording episode 108, I just finished episode 107 already. So if you missed episode 107, don't worry, it's going to be uploaded and posted to the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555. You know what I mean? And of course, 107 and 108 will be posted on Friday. All right. So don't worry. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is right there. So mentally, physically, and spiritually, I am doing all right so far. So there you go. Now we turn to another segment right here that I like to call chatting or wait, hold on. No, hold on. Chatting on the jazz. You guys know what this is, man. This is all about not just the trending topics, but it's also about the stories that don't get the recognition and the time of day, and all that other stuff. And just to let people know, I'm not covering politics, okay? I'm gonna be covering like real life stuff that's going on in New York. And anything transit related will be under a segment called the New York Mass Transit Files. All right. So there you go, right there, though, man. And whoever just came into the Instagram live, let me just say what's up to you. Hey Yoshi, what is going on? Thank you for joining. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, though, man. But yeah, let me get into this. Let me get into this show right there, though, man. So, thank you for being here, Yoshi. I really appreciate you. So yeah. So listen. You think California is the only place where they have homeless problems? California is not the only place that has homeless problems. And the reason I say that is because it has to do with the homeless issue that you see homeless people in every train station in Midtown Manhattan, man. And this shit right here is where the story comes in. So, here's what's happening. So, Daquan Goins makes his living panhandling for money from communities as they pass him by every day below the streets of New York. Thousands pass him by without noticing, others chip in a buck or two or hurl an insult over his status. Goins is among the many homeless individuals residing in a city within a city. Its population comprised largely of down on their luck or troubled individuals that society too often ignores unless something disturbing occurs. As New York Metro noted in June 2021 of last year, after thousands sheltered in place during the deadliest days of the COVID-19 slamdemic, the Big Apple's have-nots claimed the empty subway system for themselves, including those removed from hotel sanctuaries. Nearly 2 years into the health crisis, a returning society is again coming face to face with forgotten people, many of them suffering from addiction or other mental illness issues, struggling to live, and often ignored by everyone who passes them. Damn, man. Damn. The ramifications of shunning the unhoused and mentally ill into the subway bowels of the wider community has had detrimental effects. most notably with the murder of Michelle Alyssa Go, who was shoved into the path of a train in Times Square on January 15th, which was last week, by Simon Marshall, an emotionally disturbed homeless man. Yeah. Yeah. While New Yorkers demonize the men and women who sleep on reverberating train benches and linger or are slumped by dirt laden staircases with open, outstretched hands, the question remains, what is it really like to live that harsh life? Yeah, that's crazy. Surviving in the depths. In a candid tell-all interview reviewing the cruelty of living as a beggar in the subways like Penn Station, 27-year-old Goins was brutally honest. For Goins, living an undomiciled life is like being caught in a perpetual state of fear and constant mental debates on whether a person is trustworthy. One dude who comes by every day says the same thing. Get up, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to get the police. The Spanish dude says, shut up, nigga. I'm going to get the police. I could let what he said break me. And I could be like every other black man and be mad because someone called me a nigga. Or I can overcome it. Goins told New York Metro. Goins even admitted to a staggering amount of profits he claims can be made panhandling. Sitting in Penn Station alone, Goins verbally reaches out to the passing faces, each one rushing to an unknown destination, having first become homeless at the age of 18. He believes he has made the art of begging into a science. Wait. Am I reading this right? He said having first become homeless at the age of 18, he believes he has made the art of begging into a science. I don't know, man. This is crazy. This is very crazy to me, man. Man, I don't know, man. You know, anyway, man. Sitting in Penn Station alone, Goins verbally reaches out to the passing faces, each one rushing to an unknown destination, having first become homeless at the age of 18. He believes he has made the art of begging into. Wow. Well, I already read that part, man. That's crazy. I already read that part. As far as getting money from people, it matters how you reach people. Nobody is going to give anyone anything for no reason. But if I can get into a man's heart or use current events or use something in their life that reflects me, it is about bringing people together. Going, explain. I don't know. This is a tricky one, man. This is a tricky, tough thing. Goins discussed the vulnerability reflected on both sides and emphasized that his state of being is reliant on the kindness of others. Pointing at the hasty foot traffic, Goins believed he can determine what type of day someone is having just from their gait. He said, in quote, you can't get someone to give you something if you don't know how they're feeling. I can tell how he's feeling from his walk alone, he says. Explaining one man he observed. He's insightful. He has a lot going for him today. He's hoping everything goes his way today, but he's not sure. When someone can uplift him or make him feel a little bit better about the day, he can feel a little bit positive. Maybe he'll reach into his pocket, maybe he won't. It's not about the money, it's about the people. Goins admit he is looking to earn a buck to survive, but he also believes he offers something more in return by uplifting them through conversation and lending an ear to listen to their problems. He stated in quote, "I would never come here and just, ask for money. I know that man right there and his girlfriend has got a lot going on, and his neighbor has got a lot going on. So they won't be able to give me stuff all the time. God bless them when they do. I'm gonna have to earn it," Goins said. Goins grew up in the foster care system until the age of 18 when he then became homeless in Long Island. He resided with friends for a time, but then was forced to make his own way in the world. Being a young man and thrust into a world rife with drugs, violence, and the mentally ill are not easy obstacles to overcome. People call this the bottom. Yeah, this isn't the bottom, but well, rock bottom to be exact, actually. Yeah, believe it or not, this is the top because this is where you listen. No, this is where you learn how to become what it takes to sit at the top. Going said. Goins admitted that some days he will make very little cash when stopping strangers. However, he also claims other occasions he can make a staggering 500 in a day. I could probably make 500 in one day. Yeah, walking from 34th Street to 42nd Street twice, he said. A sanctuary or a hell? That's the question. Goins isn't the only one panhandling. He must compete with a growing number of men and women who seek sanctuary in the cavernous walls under the five boroughs. He says some beggars are aggressive while others have gotten so depressed that they are just merely idle. They'll sit there and panhandle, hold signs, whatever the case, but a lot of them don't have the willpower to speak. I think it has more to do with how people treat each other, because without proper treatment towards each other, we can't expect anything from each other. You can go to work, but if you go to work with a bad attitude, you're either going to start something or get fired, Going said. Unfortunately, too knows all he too knows all too well that there are those who start things primarily due to emotional and mental disorders prevalent prevalent beneath the street. Um the signs of disorders were everywhere while investigating um AM New York Metro observed men um, defecating in public, openly drinking alcohol, smoking drugs, and more. What serves as one person's sanctuary is a strap hangers hell. Following the death of Michelle Alyssa Go, Governor Kathy Hochul plans on deploying new homeless outreach dubbed Safe Options Support. Working with our partners in New York City, we're taking action to help make our streets and subways safer, Governor Hochul said on January 21st. According to a statement from the governor's office, the state will be deploying approximately 20 public employees, contracted nonprofit provider staff, and volunteers into the subway system. These will be working in conjunction with the MTA and city to serve what the statement cites as the most immediate and acute needs. The governor also promises to dispatch four more teams by early spring. Well, um, yeah, this is crazy, man. Um, and I'm in New York. And hold on. Let me put myself on the screen here. I'm a New Yorker myself, man. And whenever I go to work on Fridays and Saturdays, I always see homeless people. And the crazy thing is, you know, and the crazy shit is like they're not really getting the help that they need. Now, there's there's some rotten apples who pretend to be homeless. So that's why you have to be careful. You have to be careful on who you give your money to as far as anybody. You got to be careful, man, because there's some con artists that'll actually try to fool you. You know what I'm saying? Um, in this case, this story right here, this story right here sounds very genuine. It's like this homeless crisis has been going on for in New York for quite some years, man. Like I think the governor, the mayor, mayor Mayor Eric Adams and stuff like that. Um, they need to do their part on trying to help these homeless people that they see in subway, not just subway stations and the staircases, but also in trains as well. Um, you know what I mean? And as I previously talked about episodes ago, that people sometimes don't really feel safe because with all these reports about individuals being pushed to the tracks. Folks, this is not fake, man. Once an individual gets pushed to the tracks, they get killed. And to be honest, something's got to give, man. That's all I'm saying. Something's got to fucking give, man. Seriously. It ain't about the rich. It's not about the rich. And it's not about the poor either. It's about individuals who's out on the street. Even the foster system don't even care. Something's got to give, folks. You know what I mean? And this is it's just crazy and outrageous of what's going on. And I am gonna cover that California homeless thing some other time. So anyway, man, that's my take on this shit. Um be good to others as they are to you. All right. All right. Okay. Our next story. Hold on a second, folks. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Our next story has to do with hang on a second, man. Our next story, actually, there's two stories about Coi Leray. Now, for those of you who may not know who she is, she's the daughter of she's the father's daughter of Benzino. All right. Um, so basically, she talks about how um she talks about in the story in regards to opening up about the crazy reality of the music industry. So this is what's going on here. So Coi Leray is fed up for a number of reasons and decided to get some things off her chest um, on Wednesday, November 17th. The No More Parties rapper took to her Instagram stories with a message about being tired of the way she's treated in the music industry. I'm tired of thinking for everybody, she began. I'm tired of people taking the credit for my ideas. Tired of being manipulated. Tired of fighting for my life. Tired of people's opinions. I'm tired of people holding shit against me. I'm tired of people looking for sympathy when they just don't get the job done, so they find reasons to make you feel bad. She continued, shit is sad, for real. This industry is sad for real. I'm tired. I'm just tired. This life is draining. I'm so hungry and motivated. Any label would love to have an artist like me. Sad, man. Sad. It's really a mental sacrifice. Hmm. Coi Leray is no stranger to speaking her mind. In August, she responded to critics of her freestyles and live performances by inspiring others to use backlash to fuel them. She said, in quote, "They told me to take my dusty braids out," Leray said at the time. "Now we all wearing these braids, negative versus the positive. They made fun of my freestyle. Now it's stuck in everyone's heads, singing with a smile like, we all get money. Yeah, yeah. They laughed at my performance just for me to have the best show of my life at the next one. More of the story, kids. Never stop. Keep being fucking great. You can be anything you want to be. Just stay focused and keep your eye on the prize." Coi Leray released her latest single, Twinning, in September, which has over 11 million Spotify streams and 14 million YouTube video views. A remix of the song featuring Blvd also arrived in November. Okay. And we got some other Coi Leray news to talk about here. Um, Before I go on, I feel for her, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The music industry or any industry you try to go into, hold on, let me just put myself on screen. Any industry can be so cold and cruel, you know what I'm saying? And it makes you feel like that, it, it makes you feel like you have no way out. But at the same time, like, um it's almost like why sign with a label when you could be independent? It may work for some people, but for others it may not. And and I don't want to compare, but I think this is what's happening with Ari Lennox. I know not too many people may know who she is, so I'm probably gonna actually talk about that in a future episode. So um I'm gonna talk about that in a future episode. Um, yeah, and she's right, man. I mean, music industries, record labels can be very fucking cold. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that right there is just it's just the tip of the iceberg. So um yeah, yeah, that's my take on that shit though, man. Um um all right, so in more Coi Leray news, um so the 24-year-old Coi Leray made her debut in the music industry with her breakout single "No More Parties" featuring Lil Durk in 2021. Since the success of that single, Coi Leray is proving that she is here to stay, following viral singles such as "Big Purr," "Twinning," and "At the Top." Um, the New Jersey native has had her fair share of love and hate in the game. There have been multiple times where the rapper had to defend herself against online haters who body shamed the artist and tried to downplay her craft. Despite the hate, Coi Leray proves that she's focused on her success. Um, and making the upbeat, catchy tunes that keep the crowd dancing. This time, the rapper is defending herself against comparisons to Dej Loaf. Dej Loaf emerged on the music scene in 2014 with her hit single Try Me. She was most known for her edgy and creative style and melodic tunes. I fuck with her, but um, clearly, Coi Leray bit Dej Loaf's style right. A Twitter user commented, maybe it's the tomboy stud vibe we have in common, but we do not sound alike. Coy um, addressed the tweet from no more parties to big purr and twinning. You cannot tell me we sound alike. While Coi Leray and Deja Love may have similar styles, it's no doubt that both women bring their own creativity and flavor to their crafts. After addressing the tweet, the Better Days rapper then posted a snippet of an upcoming single she had produced by Chicago drill king Chief Keef. Um, and let me see. Yeah, in a couple of weeks, I am going to actually review her music alongside with Vina Love's music on my review show, which is Meticulous Rock Juice Podcast. You know what I mean? And I'm going to see if I could add other music artists to review. Miranda Wrights is one of them. Um, I'm pretty sure she's working on new music and stuff, so I'm actually going to wait until her new music comes out, and then from there I will listen and review it. So there you go. Um, yeah. So you know you know what, Coi Leray, do what makes you happy. You know what I mean? Because if the industry is not making you happy and stuff like that, then you have a right to actually, you know, you have a right to actually, do 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 independency. Most music artists who are independent, they do well without the labels and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's crazy, man. It's crazy and sad that everybody's got to be pigeonholed by comparison to another person based on voices and stuff like that. Like, I hear for years how people like to compare others to other people, right? Anytime somebody says that their voice sounds the same, um, it's usually it's usually not always true because everybody's style is a little different, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like people get pigeonholed to, like, one thing, like being in a box. They do it to Doja Cat and all these other music artists that you hear about, to one thing. It's not just one thing that a person does. I don't see what's wrong with being a multi-talented artist. I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And to me, it's just fucking bonkers to me, man. You know what I mean? How to, you know, condemn a music artist, claim that they sound the same. How the hell they sound the same? Their voices are different. The Whenever I listen to music artists, right? Some music artists don't use auto tunes, which I appreciate because there's a few that use auto tunes. Of course, obviously T-Pain and Travis Scott. Um, you know what I mean? And you know what? Look, like I said, Coi Leray is going to continue to do her. Even if she has to go the independent route, she's not going to let nobody fucking pigeonhole her, man. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's really, 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 really ridiculous though, man, with the industries going on today. So yeah. That's my take on Coi Leray. I hope she goes the independent route because I think that's what's gonna make her happy, man. Period. Okay, and speaking of the independent route, oh my gosh. Hold on a minute here. Before I go to Roddy Rich, I need to really um before I go to Roddy Rich, actually I forgot to do this story actually. Hold on. Um so this happened recently in the Bronx. Um so this took place in an elevator. So this is what's going on here. A robber struggles with a 66-year-old man during a robbery in the Bronx on January 21st. Police released security camera video Saturday night of a violent Bronx robber beating up a man in a versa, versa, vestibule of an apartment building on Friday night. Law enforcement sources said the attack happened at about 8:20 p.m. On January the 21st in the vicinity of Kingsbridge Road and Morris Avenue in Fordham Manor. As shown on the video, the bandit confronts the 66-year-old man as the victim held open the lobby door, appearing ready to walk into the premises. The crook then shoves the victim against the wall before pulling him towards the other side of the vestibule and punching him in the face repeatedly. The robber then engages the suspect in a lengthy struggle for his property. The crook managed to get a hold of the man's cell phone, but the victim wouldn't let the robber leave, leading the suspect to kick, punch, and shove the man to the floor. Seconds later, the thief was able to take the victim's cell phone, run out the front door entrance, and flee in an unknown direction. The incident was reported to the 52nd precinct. The victim suffered minor injuries, including pain to the right side of his face. The police described the suspect as a man with a dark complexion who wore a camouflage jacket with an orange interior lining, a black hooded sweatshirt with a Rick and Morty graphic design on the front, dark colored pants, and dark colored sneakers. Oh my gosh. Oh my fucking gosh, man. Folks, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Look, I said this before. There's some good African American people, and there are bad African American people who do the stupidest shit that they ever done in their lives, man. And this idiot right here with a fucking Rick and Morty t-shirt or whatever, what the hell possesses this guy to actually do this shit? Is it jealousy? Is it envy? Is it just being an evil villain to harm others? Like you're making you're making um you're making a whole group of African American people in the black community look bad by doing the stupidest shit that you ever done, man. And I'm not saying everybody is bad though. But this one right here is beyond it's beyond fucking disgusting, man. I'm sorry, man. I said it. But they need to catch this guy, man. Seriously. Seriously, man. Cause he just threw his life in the fucking in the fucking potty right now, man. Oh man, water go down the hole, man. Oh shit, man. I had to, man. This is just crazy. So and speaking of another incident, man. There's an incident in Queens. Um, all right. A 10-year-old boy was severely injured after a driver struck him with a vehicle at a Queens intersection on Thursday afternoon, it was reported. According to sources, the incident happened just before 3:07 p.m. on January the 20th at the corner of Lefferts and Rockaway Boulevards in South Ozone Park, Queens. Officers from the 106th Precinct, the NYPD Highway Patrol, and the fire department responded to the source. The boy's injuries were described as severe, according to a report on the Citizens app. EMS brought the victim to the local hospital. Police have not yet provided a report on his condition. Sources familiar with the case said it appeared the child was walking through a crosswalk at the intersection when he was hit. A 68-year-old Nassau 68-year-old Nassau Esser was taken into custody and charged with leaving the scene, leading to a serious injury and aggravated unlicensed operation of a motor vehicle. Hold on. Hold up. You mean to tell me that this fucking idiot, right, didn't have a fucking driver's license? Are you really shitting me? This is beyond baffling right there, man. And I'm like, what the hell, man? This is crazy, man. This is so fucking crazy right here. This deserves a buzzer right there, man. Yo, if you're gonna operate a fucking motor vehicle or whatever, you gotta have a driver's license. All right? You have to have a driver's license. That's the most important shit ever. Everybody knows that, man. Oh man. Oh man. That right there. Nah, man. That right there is a little crazy though, man. So I'm glad they actually caught this guy and stuff like that. And of course, this this has to stop, man. I'm sorry, man, but anytime you hear some idiot who do heinous shit just to feel like it's some type of joy, honestly, folks, this is not fun. All right, this is not fun at all. Shouts to the cops who captured the guy. Another story in Queens before we move on to the music artists and stuff like that is we all know what the hell we all know what the hell is going on with the catchphrase, where's the beef? Where- what I'm talking about here is this incident right here, though, man. Where's the beef? Driver makes big mistake with tractor trailer full of meat that struck Jackie Robinson overpass in Queens. Holy shit cakes, man. Listen, this is what's happening here, folks. Listen to this. Don't ask the cops where's the beef. Where's the beef? Oh man. Where's the beef? Oh shit. Oh man. So after truck driver made a big mistake. An 18-wheeler an 18-wheel tractor trailer loaded with Canadian beef struck a westbound overpass of the Jackie Robinson Bridge. No, excuse me. The Jackie Robinson Parkway in Queens Um Friday morning, forcing police to close the roadway until the vehicle could be unloaded and cleared from the highway, police said. Um No injuries were reported at 10:45 a.m. Crashed at the Park Lane overpass next to Union Turnpike and Kew Gardens, but all westbound lanes were closed. Police were forced to back cars off the highway. The truck, owned by Freight Hall of Calgary, Canada, was hauling several tons of Canadian beef to retailers when it struck the 11-foot, 8-inch overpass, shearing off the top of the truck and scattering pieces all over the highway. A piece of the truck also struck an eastbound SUV by a woman, but she was apparently uninjured in the crash. Thank goodness. Highway police arriving on the scene found the truck in the right lane, but the roof and debris covering both lanes of the narrow highway. Vehicles quickly backed up all the way to the Van Wyck Expressway and caused several delays around the area. Police say the driver, who has not been identified, will receive a summons for driving his truck onto the parkway that excuse me, prohibits commercial vehicles and especially trucks. The truck itself was seriously damaged and hydraulic fluid dumped onto the roadway. Oh my fucking gosh. Um Damn. Hazardous material firefighters were on the scene to contain the spill. Crews expected it to take several hours to remove the vehicle from the parkway. An 18-wheeler tractor trailer loaded with the yes, an 18-wheel trailer loaded with Canadian beef struck the overpass on the Jackie Robinson um, Parkway at Union Turnpike and Park Lane at 10:45 a.m. this morning, closing the highway westbound. No injuries at this time. Um, yeah. Um, yeah. Firefighters start to cut open an 18-wheel tractor trailer loaded with Canadian beef struck the overpass. Yeah, struck the overpass on the Jackie Robinson Parkway at Union Turnpike and Park Lane at 10:45 a.m. this morning, closing the highway westbound. Yeah, it's the same thing, folks. Yeah, I hope everything gets cleared up, man. This is just crazy right there, man. Ooh. Ooh, speaking of crazy, speaking of crazy, I've been waiting to talk about this topic right here, man. The fucking sleepy chicken challenge. Okay, for those of you who may not know what the hell is going on here, man. This is crazy, man. Um, this is crazy. Um, okay. Everybody knows that NyQuil and chicken don't mix, right? But this is what's going on here, folks. So listen to this. You should be very careful. You should be you should be very chicken about trying this new TikTok trend. The so-called NyQuil chicken or sleepy chicken trends trend consists of cooking chicken breast in a pan while they're drenched in NyQuil or some similar over-the-counter cough and cold medication. Now, in general, I'm laughing at this because you you, you cannot mix chicken with the medication like NyQuil. What is wrong with people, man? What is wrong with people? Like this is crazy. Oh man. Oh my gosh, man. Oh man. Oh man. Now in general, you should be careful about what you put on your breast. But cooking chicken breast with such a medication would be particularly foul play and potentially very bad for you. It's not clear if the bird brain trend was originally meant to be a joke. As you can see in the following video, the narrator didn't really clarify whether he was providing an actual cooking lesson or rather a cough cough parody. hmm. Not exactly Wolfgang Puck or Wolfgang Cluck. Oh shit. For that matter, for that matter. Oh man. The video started with a guy holding a nighttime medication bottle over a pair of chicken breasts and saying, in quote, I got sick last night, so I'm cooking up some NyQuil chicken. Now the nighttime may not be identical to NyQuil, but presumably it's similar. And the TikTok videos ain't always scientifically precise. Nevertheless, the narrator then poured ample amounts of this medication onto the chicken while heating everything in a pan. He explained, I've done this in the past, and usually I use about, 4/3 in a bottle, without clarifying what exactly 4/3 in a bottle means. He continued with, in quote, if this is your first time doing this, you can get away with using about a fifth. Ah, man. Oh my gosh. As the chicken boiled in a what was essentially a cold and cough medicine jacuzzi. wait, wait. Hold up. A cough medicine jacuzzi? Are you shitting me? You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. Folks, don't try this shit at home, man. I'm not recommending anybody doing this shit though, man. Cough medicine and chicken don't fucking mix. Okay? you should know this by now. Oh man. Oh man. The narrator proceeded with, in quote, season that NyQuil in there just at the right temperature. You want to let it sit there and let it sizzle for about 5 to 30 minutes. 5 to 30 minutes is a pretty large range in cooking. That can mean the difference between a mushroom dish and just mush in the room. A little bit later, the narrator emphasized, make sure you're constantly flipping over the chicken. You don't want to give one side more attention than the other. He added, sometimes the steam really makes you sleepy. Really, the vapor of a boiled medication can affect you if you inhale it. Gee, imagine that. Near the near the near the oh shit, hold on, folks. Let me get a little drink of water. Hold on. Stay with me. Okay, where was I? Um, okay, where was I? Where was I? Where was I? Near near the end of the video, the narrator said, "What you are looking for is that blue color. After all, there's nothing more delectable than blue chicken, right?" What? Hold up. Hold on, 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 hold up. Hold on. What the heck? Hold on. Hold on. What the hell is blue chicken? Wait a minute here. Wait a minute here, folks. I gotta look this up, man. What is blue chicken? Hold on a minute. I'm curious, man. What the hell? Wait a minute. Blue. Wait, hold on. What are blue chickens? Wait. So, oh my gosh. Okay, the American Poultry Association includes many different breeds, both Batam and standard, that includes blue varieties. The current recognized large fowl with blue are um, Amera, Americana, Andalusian, um, Cochin, Jersey Giant, Langshan, Orpington, Plymouth Rock. Oh man. Sumatra and Wyandotte. The fuck? Listen, man. I don't know what the hell's going on here, man, but this is so fucking ridiculous and unbelievable, man. This is unbelievable right here. Blue chicken. Okay, after the cooking was done, the narrator poured the remaining medication from the pan back into the original bottle. Presumably, this was less than 4/3 of a bottle. This wasn't the only example of the so called sleep chicken challenge or the hashtag sleepy chicken on social media. The following tweet showed another such TikTok video with chickens seemingly being cooked in a pot of cough and cold medicine. Oh gosh, man. Oh my gosh, folks. Um, that's why I said don't try this shit at home, man. You've got no, you've heard of chicken pot pie. Well, this was an example of chicken pot. What the bleep? There have been videos of people doing something similar with whole chickens and not just the breast. As a whole, all these are very bad ideas on multiple fronts. First of all, when has anyone said this food really could use no this food really could some NyQuil, yeah, some NyQuil to improve its taste? Man, yeah, NyQuil typically ain't an added flavor like ranch buffalo or even lilac. There may be a bourbon chicken. Oh gosh, man. Fucking what the hell? Like, why are you putting whiskey on chicken, man? That's my question. Why the hell are you putting bourbon on chicken, man? Are you kidding me? Bourbon chicken? Are you shitting me? Why are you putting fucking whiskey alcohol on chicken compared to a blue cheese, a ranch, ketchup, barbecue sauce, which makes sense by the way? But come on, man. Really? You really want to get sick for doing a stupid ass challenge? Come up with some fucking better material, man. Seriously. This is hold on. Let's look up bourbon chicken for a second, man. I'm sorry, but this really got me a little intrigued and shit, man. Um, hold on. Was it bourbon? What is bourbon chicken? Oh my gosh. Okay, for those of you who may not know what bourbon chicken is, so bourbon chicken is a dish named after Bourbon Street in New Orleans, Louisiana, and for the bourbon whiskey ingredient. Oh, come on. I'm not eating chicken that has whiskey in there, man. Oh, hell no. Hell no, I'm not eating that shit. That's ridiculous, man. Oh, man. The dish is commonly found in Cajun theme and Chinese restaurants. Oh my gosh. The recipe: soy sauce, brown sugar, ginger, and bourbon whiskey in the base, and the chicken is marinated in this sauce. Hold on, man. Hold on. Hold on, folks. I need to really. Oh my goodness, man. You know, let this shit marinate, man. This is flat out unfucking believable, man. Like, why? Hold on. My question to this shit is, nah, yeah, that's my issue, man. That is my fucking issue right there. So there you go, folks. That's your definition of what a bourbon chicken is, man. And I'm not Louisianan. I'm not from Louisiana either. So, you know what I mean? You don't really see cats like this in New York putting whiskey on their chicken, man. I'm sorry, but if it's for a barbecue, that's a little different right there, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. But anyway, um, okay. Um, wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. Where did I? Okay. Bourbon chicken. Where the? Okay, where did I leave off? Um, yes, but who's? Wait, hold on. Okay, there may be a bourbon chicken and an Angel's envy bourbon, but who's ever seen a cough and cold medication envy chicken? Secondly, boiling off the water in a medication could make it much more concentrated and thus raise the risk of an overdose. The risk of an overdose depend on what specific ingredients in the medicine. Different cold and cough medications may have different ingredients, but common active ingredients include dextro, dextromethamphetamine. No, I'm sorry, folks. Um, so it's dextromethorphan. Dextromethorphan. Um, as acetaminophen and antihistamines like doxylamine on succinate. Oh gosh. Okay, too much dextromethorphan, an opioid that's commonly in cough suppressants, can result in drowsiness, dizziness, seizures, nausea, vomiting, changes in blood pressure, constipation, breathing problems, blurry vision, twitching, palpitations, high fevers, hallucinations, brain damage, and a coma. Um, it can also lead to impaired judgments such as deciding to cook chicken in cold and cough medication. Too much acet acetamin acetam acetaminophen could damage your liver and lead to liver failure. Too much doxylamine succinate can result in dry mouth, dilated pupils, um, rhabdomyolysis, insomnia, night terrors, hallucinations, seizures, and death. Actually, too much of any of these can lead to death. Thirdly, inhaling vapors of the medication is essentially taking the medication. So you have no way of controlling how much medication is making it into your body. This in turn can make overdosing even more likely. And finally, heating a medication can change its properties in different ways. It can be like a box of really bad and potentially chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. In general, don't cook food with any medication unless the packaging, your doctor, and your pharmacist explicitly tell you to do so. When cooking, you may have the aspiration to be an iron chef, but not an iron lung chef. That's true, man. That's really true. Um you don't want to end up sending yourself or anyone else you are cooking for to the hospital. That would be the definition of a bad dinner party. NyQuil chicken certainly isn't the first dangerous trend to emerge on social media. For example, I've covered for Forbes the frozen honey challenge that could have left you with botulism in your body, and the hashtag Tide Pod challenge that could have left you with, well, Tide Pods in your mouth. Oh no. No, 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 no. We ain't doing that shit here. Social media can be all fun and games until someone starts eating chicken cut with in NyQuil. If you post something on social media meant to be a joke, make it clear that it's a joke and not real health advice or a real cooking lesson. For example, say clearly this is a clucking joke. Think about how others may possibly interpret what you say and actually follow it. If you are at the receiving end of a video, consider any advice offered the same way you would consider graffiti on a bathroom stall, an advertisement on a billboard, or what some random person may yell at you from across the train station platform. Take everything on social media with a pan full of salt. Without the NyQuil, of course. Oh, and don't cook food in a medication supply simply because someone did it on social media. If someone were to give you a bird boiled in NyQuil, that is, a proper response might be, "What the cluck?" It's ridiculous, man. It's the most ridiculous, insane shit that I ever heard, man. Wow, wow. Um, yeah, this is ridiculous, man. Oh, and speaking of birds, now we could talk about Roddy Rich. Um, now we can talk about Roddy Rich. All right. So, as an artist, coming up with a name can be one of the hardest and most important things you do in your career. Some artists are already given a great name while others aren't. You want something that embodies you, who you are. You want something that embodies you, who you are. Hold on a sec. Yeah, you want something that embodies you and who you are, and something that people will remember you will remember actually. And in this industry full of littles and youngs, sometimes it's hard to not follow suit. That certainly was the case for Roddy Rich. Roddy recently sat down for an interview with Big Boy to promote his latest effort, Live Life Fast. Roddy was asked what other names he considered before finally deciding on Roddy Rich, and the Live Life Fast artist said that he was seriously considering the name Lil Bird for a while. Yeah, Little Bird confirmed Roddy. Damn, you was like, man, F this little stuff. You know what I'm saying? Said Big Boy. Nah, I still go by it sometimes, replied Roddy. Oh my gosh. Roddy didn't say where exactly the name came from, but because he said that he still goes by the name sometimes, maybe it was a childhood nickname that stuck. We think it's safe to say Rowdy made the right decision to not go with Lil Bird. Yeah, everybody would have clowned his ass, man, if he went with that shit, though, man. I tell you that much, man. He would have been clowned by a lot of people, man. Seriously, man. Good thing he went with the Roddy Rich route, though, man. Seriously, you don't want to be a copycat to other people who has little this and young this. So and that's actually going to his part, though, man. You know what I mean? Let's go to his part, though. Um, all right. Before I even go to the next story, let me see who came in. Hold on. Oh, BBQ podcast joined in, and of course, discussion gangsters came in. What up, you guys? Um, yeah. Um. Anyway, let's go to the next story here. So let me see what I Oh, wait a second. I want to make sure I did not forget to talk about certain things. Okay, Wu Tang and American Saga. So RZA. So he basically did okay. So RZA reveals why Wu Tang and American Saga is more than a '90s hip hop redux. Um, in quote, no, he said, "For me, it's a blessing to watch all these young people. Look, look, it's not easy. I got to let you know that, okay? But it's definitely a joy," said RZA of the cast. God bless RZA. Working on Vibes Wu Tang Wednesday series over the last several months, I found myself saying those words time and time again in sheer bewilderment. A fan of Hulu's hit series Wu Tang and American Saga since its 2019 debut, I volunteered to write a simple article announcing the season 2 premiere. However, this quickly snowballed into an all-day virtual junket with the cast, numerous out of country Zoom interviews, long work hours, and restless nights dreaming about swinging swords and hip hop music. Truthfully, creating a cohesive collection of work based on the varying voices, backgrounds, and experiences of the cast has been an exhausting undertaking, but also incredibly rewarding. And I've often wondered how, at just 23 years old, RZA managed to unite a diverse group of young, hot-headed, beefing black men from the hoods of New York City to form what is now one of the culture's greatest hip hop collectors, the Wu Tang Clan. Um, so Wu Tang Clan American Saga gives fans never before seen insight into the challenges RZA faced as the mastermind behind the 10-member groups set in New York City during the height of the crack epidemic in the early 90s. The biographical drama tells the life stories of these friends and foes as they struggle with poverty, crime, and family dysfunction, all while trying to balance street life and breaking into the music industry. As one of many aliases makes clear, the Abbott functioned as the group unspoken but well respected leader. A conductor of sorts, RZA decided who appeared on which tracks and where. He also produced Wu Tang's music using his distinct style, which assaults the ears with distinctly deep and heavy bass, chaotic sounds like saxophone squeals, velocity sensitive piano chords, and unexpected throwback samples from the likes of the Jackson 5, the Gladys Knight, and the Pips. In true boss fashion, the 52-year-old is also behind the music in Wu Tang and the American Saga and serves as creator, writer, and executive producer for the series. Ashton Sanders, whom RZA handpicked to play himself, is at the center of the coming of age origin story. The assembled cast also includes Erica Alexander, formerly from The Cosby Show, T.J. Adams, Marcus Callender, Dave East, Zolee Griggs, Julian Elijah Martinez, Shamik Moore from the movie Dope, Sadiq Sanderson, Damani Cease, uh, Iota, Udi, Bokeem Woodbine, and um, Janelle Young. In the finale of our executive series, Shailin's finest taught to vibe about those crazy young group of actors opened up about how he really reacted after finding out his best friend Dennis Ghostface got his sister Shuri pregnant, and why sharing his life story on the show is much deeper than a Wu Tang Redux. Okay. RZA stated, I saw Ashton in the film The Equalizer 2, and he played an artist. He was torn between trying to be in that street life or be that artist. And there's a beautiful scene with him and Denzel Washington when Denzel took the gun from him. And Ashton has these eyes, I think, that really call out to be an artist that wants to be expressed. Um, Regardless of what everybody else thinks, he has these eyes. And when I met him, he's from California. He's not from New York, but I just looked at his eyes, and by looking at his eyes, I knew that in those eyes was the story of the young Bobby Diggs trying to figure his path out. Um, I think I think he's doing a great job as Bobby. In season 1, I think he had all the personality and infections of the lines in the scripts we gave him. In season 2, I think he watched me a lot. He's pretty much an absorber, but you would notice him coming into a leadership position. I can't wait to see how it turns out towards the end, where he fully evolves into who he needs to be as a character at that point of the story. Um, okay. Well, it was important to show that how far away that even Bobby got from music. You look at episode 1 of season 2 in the place where he keeps his floppy disk, right? I mean, they went through hell to get those discs back from Attila in season 1. Now, in season 2, he has his money stashed in that box, so he's far away. His keyboard wasn't even hooked up. You know what I mean? Um, so he's far away, and so is Dennis. They are far away from heading towards their dream. They are actually going in the opposite direction of their dream. I think there's a line where Bobby even says, "I'm not a prince no more, but I am a king to this town." Feeling like I got a new whip, I got a girl, I got money, I got a gun. And that happens to a lot of young men. And I'm from New York. So in those days, New Yorkers would go out of state and plant their flag somewhere and become a problem to the community in all reality, whether intentional or unintentional. Wow. So he's giving a lot of thought on this stuff. Yeah, he's really giving a lot of details and shit, man. So um I say this is pretty interesting, man. It's pretty interesting though, man. But I'm not gonna read all this though. I want to actually um I want to get into let me get into there's another story that I want to get into actually. Um and yeah, this is involving Zolee Griggs of Wu Tang. Um okay, so hold on a second, folks. Hold on. Yeah. Um. Okay. Zolee Griggs. Okay. The feminine energy on set. Period. Whether it's on or off screen, and I get to set the record straight or just mix it up. Said the actress. Don't let those green doe eyes fool you. Zolee Griggs is a flame. Yeah. In other words, she's lit. That's what that means. That's what that means. Um. Um, no, quite literally, she is a fire sign, a Leo to be exact. And in the young actress attributes her astrological sign to her ability to hold her own in a male dominated industry. There's a certain level of respect that I require from all the guys being the only women on set, explained the 24-year-old actress of her breakout role as Shuri Diggs on Hulu's hit series Wu Tang in American Saga. Um, the show, which recently announced its third and final season, gives viewers a never before seen look at one of hip hop's most formidable collectives, the Wu Tang Clan. Set in the early 90s during the height of the crack epidemic, the biographical drama focuses on a group of young black men in New York City as they struggle with poverty, crime, and friendship, all while trying to balance street life and breaking into the music industry. This is crazy, man. Beyond the male-centric premise, Wu-Tang and American Saga also introduced fans to the women behind these men and how they helped shape the icons we know today. One of the storylines that immediately shocked and ironically endeared fans was that of the secret relationship between the character Dennis Coles D Love, Ghostface Killer, Sadiq Sonison, and Shuri, aka the younger sister of the best friend Bobby Diggs, RZA Ashton Saunders. Man. So, okay. So Shuri is one of the few female characters on the densely populated show. She's mostly portrayed in a material role, helping to care for her three brothers and eventually the son she shares with Dennis. But there is no question that Shuri is so much more than just a babysitter and cook. She's a dynamic, feisty young woman who focuses on her studies and determined to uplift not only herself, but the men around her. End quote. A proud and vocal feminist, Griggs also aims to elevate like-minded individuals on topics such as entrepreneurship and self-esteem. Through her rising prominence on social media and organizing events such as her 2018 conference, which included a panel discussion with intimacy expert Shan Budram and an inaugural poet Amanda Gorman. Griggs uses her voice to support and promote female empowerment. With Silver Screen project slated for 2022, the Los Angeles native took time out for some much needed girl chat with Vibe. Discussing the real life chemistry she shares with her fictional love interest, continuing Wu Tang's legacy of knowledge, and opening up on how she personally feels about Shuri becoming a teenage mother. Zolee Griggs proves why her fire can't be put out. Wow. So this is basically like I'm not gonna read all of this. I'm gonna read some. So just bear with me, folks. All right, so were you familiar with or a fan of Wu Tang's music prior to the show? And she says, of course, even though yes, Wu Tang is very much so for the children. They were not for this child though. My mom was not letting me really listen to that much Wu Tang. It wasn't until I was a teenager and able to journey into music for myself that I was able to tap into their music. Being a hip hop head and a music head, of course, I knew Cream and it's a classic, but I wasn't able to dive into their music until I was a little older, which I think is even better because they were dropping some real knowledge and wisdom that I wouldn't have appreciated as a 10-year-old versus me being 16, 17. So I'm glad I did do the research a little bit later. I think their music is extremely inspiring, and when you listen to their second album, Wu Tang Forever, I feel like they really go deep in their 5%er bag, what it means to be a black person in America, your identity, all that kind of stuff. As black people continuously go through our journey and our existence in this country, it's a reflection of that. They were talking about this back in the 90s and we're still going through this stuff today and we're in the 21st century. So they have wisdom behind their years. And it's just inspiring how they are taking a they're talking about brotherhood and unity, and that takes a village. It's not as cliche as it sounds. It's really true. So I hope that the same way that their music inspired their generation, that now that we're getting to redo the story and tell it for the newer generation and the older generation from their perspective. I hope that their models and knowledge sticks a bit more and can inspire the next generation to follow in their footsteps, because um in their footsteps because they're great inspiration on what it's like to be successful with being a family, with being a group. All this individualism isn't always going to be the answer. So uh of course I love their music and their knowledge. Hold on a minute, folks. Let me see. All right. Um let me see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all of this. I'm just gonna read some of it. So I just did. So we're gonna move to another story that yeah. So the best R&B albums of 2021 or 2022 to be exact. All right. So um the best R&B albums of 2022 so far, although 2021 was by no means a smooth year globally. Um, there was no shortage of suiting new R&B albums to provide listeners with some healing to close the year of. Alicia Keys dropped the final album of her recording contract, while um, you know, newer artists Blue and Tierra Whack dropped new EPs. Hip Hop DX will be narrowing down the endless amount of music released during the course of the year to the essentials, providing readers with a list of the must listen projects. Okay. As I just talked about Alicia Keys being independent, um, Alicia Keys is undoubtedly one of the most decorated R&B artists of all time. But beyond just the accolades and notoriety, 20 years in her career, um, Keys is still delivering innovative work. The double LP starts off with a menacing Pusha T feature that sets the tone for the unpredictable ride through 26 tracks. Um, The genre bending album provides something to for every sector of her fan base without no, excuse me, compromise, com- yeah, compromising its artistic core. The project also marks the singer's final album on her label deal, leaving many fans looking forward to what she does next independently. Um, So Blue, no, I'm not okay. The artist formerly known as Young Blue continues to let his talent speak for itself. Blue is one of the few newer artists who seems to stay out of the negative headlines while he focuses on crafting his sound and dropping quality music. No, I'm not okay finds the hip hop DX rising star effortlessly crafting unique melodies and memorable flows as he pours his heart into each of the 5 songs of the EP. Hold on. Yeah, we're not on mute, so we good. Um, yes. Yes, so wait a minute, where was I? Oh, no, I'm not okay finds the oh yeah, Blue has pop sensibilities without ever abandoning his hip hop roots. A blend that is bound to take him to superstar heights. R&B, Tierra Whack. um, Tierra Whack has always stuck to the quality over quantity model when it comes to her release schedule. With that being said, even a 3 song EP is a gift from the multi talented artist. Wack explores death, sorrow, and love throughout the project as she continues to bring memorable flows and melodies to the table with every new drop. The project is part of a set of 3 EPs that show her versatility and ability to effortlessly jump between genres. Still over it. Still over it. Okay, still over it. Summer Walker. Um, Summer Walker has supplemented herself in the public eye both through her outstanding introductory projects Last Day of Summer and Over It, and her tumultuous relationship with Atlanta producer London on the track. Um, in doing so, she opened herself to judgment and speculation about every aspect of her life, her pregnancy, breakup with London, and subsequent mental health. On Still Over It, Walker combats swirling narratives by utilizing the biggest draw in her artistry, um, her vulnerability. Um, she's she displays an innate storytelling ability marked with raw details about the intricacies of her emotions, refusing to hold back. Walker covers the project in personal drama, navigating a balancing act between compelling and gr- um, gra- gratuitous. Gratuitous. An evening with Silk Sonic. The singing prowess of Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak is undeniable. Both have the pipes of butterfly collar wearing angels. Mars' ability to hit high notes can break glass, while Pack's raspy delivery is reminiscent of Smokey Robinson or other great R&B soul singers of the era. They are also in a rare position where they sound unlike anything else currently in rotation. They've created a niche all their own. However, um, the bar in mainstream pop music has been set so low. Anything remotely different feels like the second coming of Christ. Jeez. Um um to hell with it. The Pink Pantheress. Never heard of this person, but the resurgence of nostalgia as a descriptor for an artist's music style has morphed into a double-edged sword. While reaching back to incorporate the sounds of bygone eras, varying success and execution creates a vicious dichotomy. Hold on, folks. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, folks. Had to use the restroom real quick. Um, okay. Cheap imitations that surgically remove the heart of reference tracks get tagged with the label of nostalgia bait, reeking of unoriginality and desperation. Meanwhile, tasteful callbacks that are rooted in the themes of their touchstones are lauded with praise, retaining the soul of yesteryear. Hmm. Okay, cheers to the best memories. Okay, DVSN and Ty Dolla Sign. Few artists remain who still aim to encapsulate the blues side of R&B. There's plenty of focus of rhythm and chasing those um, um, ethereal sounds, which have catapulted artists such as SZA and Janae Aiko to to stardom. But DVSN and Ty Dolla Sign's latest collaborative album, Cheers to the Best Memories, goes straight to the roots of R&B, diving into murky love songs backed with soul enriching instrumentals. For years, Ty Dolla has been the go-to hook killer for artists ranging from Kanye West to Roddy Rich to the Los Angeles crooner knows how to collaborate. Still, something special happened when he linked with Canadian duo DVSN, um, composed of Daniel Daly and 1985. The pair originally flourished from a Drake stimulus and eventual OVO Records deal, but their ephemeral magic is instantly is instantly apparent um when new music drops, and cheers to the best memories no different. um Basically, um yeah, no different. All right, here we go. So Mother Cleo Soul. um there's an Um, ethereal beauty and narrating growth. Women often explore this beauty of celestial womanhood during the experience of motherhood. For example, West London singer, songwriter Cleo Soul Mother explores the depth and divine connection between modern maternity, healing, and the transformative nature of relationships, bringing the gap between serenades, soul, and jazz through collaboration with her musical partner and producer Inflow. Soul crafts a timeless sound that allows her to layer the storytelling of generational lessons, experiences in adulthood, and the wisdom she'd like to pass along to her child. Framing the insight and um, sagacity of these experiences from the album cover featuring Cleo, her daughter, and a framed photo of a young woman behind her to the intro track. Cleo honors her mother's experiences from her upbringing while also addressing her faults. Beginning the album with the raw and unfiltered opener, Don't Let Me Fall, that's centered around abandonment, unpacking attachments to trauma and healing inner child. The album explores the teachings of life through examining a woman's relationship to love, finding peace while healing and forgiveness. Tracks such as Promises, 23, and Know That You Are Loved provide an intimate and transcendent follow up to her 2020 album Rose in the Dark, which acts like honey for broken hearts and wounded souls. The missing pieces of soul have been found within her. For And for fans who enjoy a mixture of Donny Hathaway, Carole King, soulful inspiration, they'll find it in her music. Um, Temporary Highs in the Violet Skies, Sna Allegra. Oh boy. Um, a desolate, dreamy, and experimental. Um, temp- Temporary Highs in the Violet Skies in Allegra, most expensive and unconventional project to date. Following the critical and commercial success of um, those fields again, Allegra relied on collaborations with artists and producers such as the Neptunes, Tyler the Creator, No ID, and James um, Forteroy to assist with her third studio album. Unlike her breakout sophomore project, Allegra nonchalance and romanticizing of rejuvenating love and emotional complexities from varying levels of intimacy are eclipsed by her declaration of candor and skepticism from the signature chopped and screwed chipmunk soul of indecisive, indecisive to the slightly overwhelming Neptune's production of In Your Eyes. Um, Allegra's sharp um, narrators of failed affairs and introspection are highlighted by tracks such as We Don't Have to Talk About It, Dying for Love, For Your Love, and Lost You. The sentimental beauty of exceptional tracks Tangerine Dream and unguarded nostalgia of On My Mind encompasses all that makes Sna Allegra's one of the brightest stars in contemporary R&B. Whether she's daydreaming of euphoric adoration, con- contemplating the value of her temporary highs, or regretfully facing the realities of her feelings, Allegra's evocative lyricism and vulnerability surrounding the uncertainty as she flies through. Um, Violet Skies of emotions leave you fully immersed into her reflective musical dimension. Okay, man, six tape two, Blast and Bino Rideau. Pop out the opening track from Blast and Bino Rideau's collaborative album Six Take Two sets the tone for the rest of the project, a smooth and harmonic collection of modern Los Angeles R&B. Bino, who came with the late Nipsey Hussle, re-entered the game last year with the sense of energy, while Blast, one of the 10 hip hop DX rising stars, dominated 2020 with No Love Lost. On their second iteration of Six Tape series, the two LA artists showcased their unbelievable chemistry and aptitude for creating vibes, which range from club ready slow jams, of course, one of them ones to intimate love ballad sheet perfect. Armed with production from the likes of the real JFK Beats, J Million, and Blast himself, the two leaders of the next generation of West Coast R&B have drawn all eyes to see what comes next. Doja Cat, Planet Her. Doja Cat's career may have begun through the meme hit Moo and its accompanying music video in which she performs in a cow costume while repeating, Bitch, I'm a cow. But the Los Angeles singer and rapper used the momentum to launch herself into the conversation of premier R&B stars. Planet Her, the latest offering from Doja, showcases substantial new maturity from the 25-year-old artist, flexing her versatility and ability to shift on a dime between booming crooning and twitchy raps. Um, Planet Her is a shift away from Doja's 2019 project Hot Pink. Doja is leaving all bare on Planet Her, leaning into the vulnerability, which in turn allows for more ambitious themes of love and identity. No longer is Doja chasing trends; she's setting them. Yes, I will be reviewing her music in a couple of weeks along with certain people in terms of what I like and stuff. And the thing about me listening, hold on, hold on a minute, hold on for 1 second. Okay, the thing about me listening to music artists, right? The things that I appreciate is the simple fact that they don't use auto tunes. You know what I'm saying? Um, you don't need auto tunes to be in every song. You know what I mean? You just want to actually keep it simple. I mean, you know, and it's okay to use harmonies and melodies. You know what I mean? It's okay. And what I also appreciate about music artists is their storytelling and poetry and of course lyricism. That's what I appreciate. Not the fancy auto tunes and the drill and all that other stuff, man. Like I'm not really into drill music and shit, man. I'm really not. Um, would I would I put like party theme songs on my playlist? Sure, but as far as like anybody ODing on auto tunes and stuff and don't know what they're saying, hell the fuck no, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my take on that shit, though. Um, so there. Um, all right. So, her back of my mind. On back of my mind, the latest offering from R&B sensation Her, the singer explores love lost, growing apart in self care. The San Francisco raised singer born Gabriella um, Sarm Sarmiento Wilson underwent a rebrand in the mid 2010s, dropping her original name and opting to be identified as Her, an acronym standing for having everything revealed. Cool. Um um since her 2018 um epon- eponymous debut, the Best Part Singer has collected 13 Grammy nominations and 4 wins, including Best R&B Album and Song of the Year for I Can't Breathe. Back of My Mind, which peaked at number 6 on the Billboard 200, picks up where her previous projects left up, reflecting on the trials and tribulations of love over gorgeous live instrumentations. Okay, be right back. Georgia Smith. All Georgia Smith needs to create beautiful R&B music is her voice. No instrumentals are required when you are working with a singer so commanding and confident. Be right back. The latest album from is a sweeping stripped down collection of low key tracks. Smith hasn't looked back since she was catapulted into the spotlight in 2016 following praise from Drake. The British singer songwriter hadn't released a full length project since 2018's Exceptional Love, no, Lost and Found. Um, Whatever Smith croons delicately about is captivating, whether it's the mournful addicted or the glitzy bust down featuring Shabo. Smith wholly captures the listener. Much of the album circles back to the sense of belonging and devastating toll of feeling lost. Shelly. Um, in more ways than one, Shelly FKA Dram's eponymous album, 4 years plus in the making, represents a paradoxical pivot with the Virginia Beach Crooners' diverse discography. It's quite obvious Shelly has evolved from his 2016 Broccoli era career arc, judging by his stage name rebranding and jaw-dropping weight loss. The added weight of the project existing as a memorial, for his recently deceased mother also added a deeply personal and serious dimension to Shelley. Um, so, this Shelley, and though the elements of high vibrational funk and R&B fusion that were present on Big Baby Dram throughout the new 10-track effort, the music was discernibly angled toward from the swooning rhythms of exposure and swinging pace of cooking with grease. The album exudes ballad vibes from top to bottom, and marks Shelley's transition from a fridge experimental artist to a genre-defined sonic architect. Oh boy, don't go telling your mama. Topaz Jones. Don't go telling your mama by New Jersey's Topaz Jones resists categorization into any one genre, while the smooth funk-inspired instrumentals suggest R&B. Jones proves again and again of the power of his bars. DGTYM, also accompanied by a Sundance Award-winning short film, is a story of generations and shared histories, rich with personal references. DGYN, DGTYM, is an exploration of not only Jones as a person, but of his family and generational histories, examining everything from wealth and intellectual properties to candy and code switching. DGTYM is certainly Jones's most well-rounded project, but it's one of the most ambitious projects of the year thus far. Overgrown, Joyce Rice. Joyce Rice's debut album, Overgrown, has finally arrived. The California R&B artist has been a featured voice on tracks for artists such as Westside Gunn, Reggie, Reggie Snow, and Jay Prince, not to mention the plethora of singles she's released. Beginning with 2015's Ain't No Need, Rice has evolved as an artist since her first releases, bringing us to Overgrown, a 14-track album which includes features from Lucky Day, K Tronada, Freddie Gibbs, and more. Rice's debut shows her affinity for traditional R&B as she sings with clear influences from Mariah Carey and even Shanti. While Overgrown may draw influence from legendary artists, Rice is distinctly herself as she sings about love, self-worth, and her Japanese heritage. Falling in love with Lucky Day and the Freddie Gibbs assisted on one are clear highlights, but the but That's on You Japanese remix featuring UMI is a hidden gem. Um, Pink Planet, Pink Sweats. Welcome to Pink Planet, a celestial body soundtracked um, with lush samples, ethereal guitar solos, and the silky tones of Pink Sweats. 29-year-old Philadelphia-born singer demonstrates his love for classic R&B and its roots in funk and blues. Aside from the Kalani assisted at my worst, Sweats handles the 18-track album entirely alone. It's a bold and rare choice for an artist to tackle their debut project solo, but his decision shows the unbridled confidence carried by the burgeoning artist, and his voice easily fills the 48-minute listen. A play through Pink Planet equates to a walk through time. Pink City sounds like a powerhouse radio anthem from the mid 2000s. Paradise could be from Jodeci's discography, while tracks such as Icy and Not Alright are faster and more lively, carrying disco inspired breakbeats. Void of filler and fluff, Pink Planet is a massive achievement from Sweats, an artist we expect to be around for the foreseeable future. Um, and of course, and of course, last but not least, um, Helix Tales, Jasmine Sullivan. Jasmine Sullivan doesn't even need to hit those booming notes to make powerful R&B. Sure, she can do that too, but her voice, so textured with a rich personality, makes even the most banal notes stars of the show. Sullivan has been a mainstay of R&B since her wildly successful 2008 album Fearless, which netted her a Billboard 200 Top 100 chart entry and scores a Grammy nominations. On Helix Tales, Sullivan has adapted to the times, recruiting her, Ari Lennox, and the funky MC drummer Anderson Paak. Digging into her bag of melodies and harmonies, Sullivan succeeded in releasing a rock solid project that holds up exceptionally well in her stacked discography. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Let me take a look here, man. So 21 songs that were probably snubbed from those other year and list. Yeah, we're gonna get into that right there. We're gonna get into that. Um, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute here. What's going on, Joey and Riri? How y'all feeling? Thanks for joining the live stream of my podcast. Um, anyway, let me see how much time I got. All right, we're gonna wing this shit. All right, so forgotten legends, promising newcomers, and those on the coops of excuse me, superstar stardom all release songs as good as anything you'd find on a more generically curated year and round up. Keeping up with a wide range of music throughout the year is a task that most attempt, but few excuse me, few achieve. Drake, Kanye West, Her, Migos, and French Montana alone released 117 songs from just 6 projects in 2021. With there seemingly being a new release date, a release from a Titanic artist every other year, no, every other week these days. Staying abreast of lesser known acts could prove a bit difficult. For this list, Vibe decided to save the Billboard hits, viral sensations, and songs so popular your grandmother could sing them at karaoke for another day. Don't worry, those are coming too. Instead, we compiled the best hidden gems of 2021, the songs the that other publications probably snubbed from their list. Forgotten legends, promising newcomers, and those on the coops of superstardom all released um, songs as good as anything you'll find on more generically curated year end up roundup. Here's the best of what you and other favorite music site might have missed in 2021. Beretta Mariba. Oh shit, man. Um, so there's a ride or die partner, and then there's Mariba willing to stick up the world with this cheddar alongside the one she loves on Beretta. On this underrated tribute to unconditional love, the singer issues proclamations of love with a level of sincerity that makes um, even her most outlandish expressions sound grounded in reality. To drive home how dead serious she is about her lover, the multi-faceted singer momentarily strips the song of its frills and decides to rap. If this ink could seep into your cerebellum, I would so eloquently scribe my feelings onto the she spits like a hip hop playwright. At this point in her career, Mariba has stood out on songs um with the likes of Six Lack, Vince Staples, Jid, and Rhapsody, who I probably never heard of before. No offense. Um, Beretta is a great example of why her talents are so in demand. Pink Sweats. Um, yeah, Pink Sweats. Hold on. Yeah, yeah, Pink Sweats. If I'm not mistaken. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, Pink Sweats. Heaven. Philadelphia crooner Pink Sweats released Heaven in February, and it hasn't aged a day despite how quickly songs go from hot to cold in this era of microwavable music. Microwavable music. Oh shit. Oh man. Microwavable music. Wow. 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 That's funny right there. Oh man. That's funny, man. That's funny right there. Over ethereal strings that sound like they've been plucked from God's kingdom. Pink Sweats. Can't believe that's his name, man. Oh shit. Professes his undying love on an elemental level, declaring he'll love you, wipe the tide, pull you close at night. He deepens his voice during the verses to embolden his proclamations of love and raises it during the chorus as if he's trying to reach the ears of angels when comparing the connection he shares with his lover to the feeling of being heaven. Not many love songs in 2021 sounds this blissful. Number 19. Number 19, Snake Eyes. Peter Rosenberg? What? Are you serious? Are you serious, man? Peter Rosenberg has a song called Snake Eyes, really? Featuring Ghostface Killer, Crime Apple. Oh shit. And Jim Jones. What the hell, man? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Multi-hyphenated media personality Peter Rosenberg has contributed a lot to New York hip-hop over the last decade as one of the faces of Hot 97, bringing Ghostface Killer and Jim Jones together for their first collaboration, Snake Eyes, is Rosenberg's latest of such contributions. On the DJ and radio host severely underrated album of the same name, Ghost and Jim are joined by New Jersey rapper Crime Apple. I can't. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, on this ceremony or shit talking. Um Upon hearing Ghostface describe beating someone up as tap dance all around a nigga jaw, it's hard to not be impressed by how after 30 years in the game, the Wu Tang veteran still finds fresh ways to convey old topics. Over Disco Vietnam's baleful production, Jones offers New York City history um, lessons with tales of him being in the streets at the same time Ghost was filming the music video for Ice Cream with Raekwon and Method Man in the mid 90s. Um, for all its components, Snake Eyes is quintessential New York hip hop. Number 18, Freddie Gibbs. Winter in America. Um, When the late soul singer and poet Gil Scott Heron noted the frozen progress of America as a sign that the U.S. was in a perpetual state of winter on his 1974 classic, Winter in America. Freddie Gibbs had yet to be born. However, nearly 50 years since the original song release, Gibbs uses his gruff baritone delivery that he usually reserves for punishing rap foes to cover Winter in America, depicting a nation that's still blanketed in broken promises. The rapper somberly singing lines like "All the healers have been killed," weighs heavy on the heart in the wake of the recent deaths of DMX civil rights activist Robert Moses um, and Gloria Richardson, Michael K. Williams, and so many other people who brought joy to the world. Yeah. Um, The Wire's Torch, Rio Marquez featuring Tim Gent. Um, Rio's Reux Marquez. Um, No Rose is likely the best album you didn't hear this year. The Wire's Torch, the atmospheric standout track from the project, finds Marquez at the peak of his underappreciated powers. Gentrification, police surveillance, and the internet influence on self worth are definitely deconstructed on this 5 minute triumph with assistance from Tim Gent, tracing how those factors led Black people from sitting on thrones to sitting on stones. Marquez paints an abstract portrait of kings and queens who've had their treasures robbed and pillaged. Number 16, Speed Trap, Boldy Jones. Oh man. Boldy Jones and the Alchemist. Oh man. I swear, people with funny names though, man, really make me laugh though. So forgive me. Um, The Alchemist produced speed trap. Boldy Jones exalts the virtues of a trapper turned rapper, declaring he's the neighborhood wholesaler. Fuck who rap best, and claiming to care more about modified guns than streams on Spotify. The Griselda storyteller elevates this song with a 10-second mini movie during the second verse describing a highway chase with the police. In only a few lines, he paints a vivid picture of an ex-con on his last strike, racing up a turnpike with state troopers pursuing him from the left side of his car before he merges right to evade them. Even even when the cops finally catch up to him, he reveals a second car behind him is the one with the drugs in them that could have had him serving a life sentence. It's this meticulously um, efficient lyricism that makes Boldy Jones one of the best rappers out, and Speed Trap such an entertaining song. Number 15, Descendants, Fire in Little Africa, Earl Hazard, and Thomas Who. Oh boy. Oh boy. In 1921, hundreds of black people in Tulsa's Greenwood neighborhood, known as Black Wall Street, were brutally murdered. 100 years later, a group of black artists from Oklahoma came together to form Fire in Little Africa and honor the lives lost in that massacre. Descendants is a burning reminder that as generations pass, the anger over injustices only intensifies. The indeed incen- incen- incendiary track overwhelms listeners with penetrating lines like, since the massacre happened, my people seeking revenge, assuring black people's fury will be Jehovah's punishment for your wicked ways. The revolution won't be televised, but the descendants is a dead press esque warning of change coming one way or another. Oh gosh. Grabber Ronsuno. Over a haunting vocal loop and 808 bass that rattled any car window within earshot. Ron Suno's Grabber had New York nightclubs in a chokehold since it was released on his Jokes Up project in July. Even though his street anthem is barely over 2 minutes long, the Bronx rapper comes out the gate with the sort of unhinged confidence New Yorkers are known for. On the track, the self-proclaimed king of the Bronx drill stunts on old teachers who earn less money than he does, and compares himself to Trey Songz, LeBron James, damn, and Giannis, and LeBron James and Giannis. If you ever want to feel the unflappable and at times inexplicable self assuredness of a native New Yorker, bump Grabber as loudly as possible and let the mean mugs flow bing bong. Hmm. Um, damn. um, Hold on, let me see how much time I got. Okay. I'm gonna do a couple more. Scatterbrain, Conway the Machine featuring Ludacris and Jid. Conway the Machine, Scatterbrain is a lyrical exercise, and Jid and Ludacris more than carried their own weight on this bar fest of a song. The track is a little over 3 minutes, minus the 12 extra minutes of rewinding that it takes to catch all of its impossibly complex wordplays. Conway compared his refusal to perform oral sex on a woman to not tasting nothing like a COVID symptom requires a second to process over tears of laughter. Jiz's use of the former President Richard Nixon as a euphemism for cocaine before saying the law finer Billy Clinton. An ex-con with two strikes is such a dense double extender. It it borders political and lyrical genius. To close the song, Ludacris, an, an ageless wonder, drops in with exaggerated hominins and jump cut punchlines headed to an early grave now. You dead and broke. Life beat himself senseless, continuing a style of lyricism he pioneered 2 decades ago. Scatterbrain proves that while trends in hip hop may be um, inf- in ephemeral, bars are eternal. Number two, no, excuse me, number 12, Adrian. Adrian Daniel with mesmerizing on vocals, R&B, Renaissance man, and genre blender. Adrian Daniels gives a tasteful of unadulterated hedonism on sensation, in pairing a playfully naughty title with self-indulgent lyrics. The musical prince from Kings County makes it abundantly clear that love can sometimes lead to self-destructive behavior. Lyrics like "Heaven not for me if there's no you," "Guess hell is where I'm headed to," blur the lines between toxicity and intimacy. It, it's the records from artists like Adrian that makes the future of black music so exciting. Oh man, Adrian. Not the Adrian from the Rocky movies, folks. I know what you're thinking. um anyway, number 11, Daily Bread Part 5, Vic Spencer. Vic Spencer doesn't need much besides sparse drums and swelling snits to immerse listeners in the trappings of Fast Money on Daily Bread Part 5. The track is from Legend Laws of Power, the second of three albums the prolific MC released in 2021, with no chorus interrupting his 2 minute long train of thought. Spencer tells a tale of being exposed to a lavish lifestyle his cousin can afford through hustling, and the subsequent battles he fights eternally to keep from straying down a similar path. Part of him wants to take the money, but his conscience makes him think about the karma and doubt. Spencer inviting listeners into his inner thoughts while illustrating the events that shaped them makes Daily Bread Part 5 one of the most engrossing hip hop songs of the year. Number 10, Longevity, Benny the Butcher and Harry Fraud featuring French Montana and Jim Jones. On this plugs, I met to stand out. Griselda's ace in the hole. Benny the Butcher kicks game about leaving the precarious life of the streets for the longevity of building a legitimate rap career. With a flow that can cut through any beat, Benny operates with the sage wisdom of a man who's embodied the lessons he's learned from his failures and now has no need to prove he's gangster. Um, else, Elsewhere on the song, French Montana flaunts de- the decadent life he's built following an upbringing in which drug dealers was the heroes, preachers was the liars, as he too prioritizes longevity over the trappings of short-term hustles. But it's Jim Jones who steals the show, delivering the best verse he's spit all year. Jones offers something more akin to griotic guidance than mere rapping. Um, Longevity is grown man rap that eschews um the life no the live fast die young rhetoric of a lot of hip hop songs today in favor of self-preservation. Okay. Number 9, Q, my dear Electra. Um His name may be too simple to stand out on Google, but Q exhibits some of the most intricate musicality in neo soul today on My Dear Electra. A notable song from his the Shave Experiment. Oh man, um, the Shave Experiment Director's Cut project. The South Florida singer's soul slowly bleeds through each electric guitar riff as he likens himself to a bird looking to escape the chaos of the storm by finding a new place of peace for himself and his love. He delivers lines like spread your wings so we can grow with a delicate falsetto, and emblematic of the type of caution he employs when nudging his partner out of their comfort zone and into the unknown. My dear Electra is at once tender for and fortifying, gentle and powerful, soft yet forceful in its message that a person could take on the world by by the side of their soulmate. Um, Hold on a minute. Okay, Baby Rose, go. Number 8. Released in June exclusively via Dropbox. Baby Rose's Go is a hidden gem worth unearthing. Using her Nina Simone-esque deep vocal range, Rose sincerely tries to convince a lover that their bond is strong enough to withstand the lies of the devil and the storms looking to disrupt their flow. In the context of love being a, a war, the singer asking her partner to be a martyr ironically amounts to an act of survival for both parties. Go reminds us love melds two people into one unit, and keeping that unit from fracturing requires more than kind words and gifts. Right now, number 7, West Side Gun featuring Stove God Cooks and Jada Kiss. Oh boy. Griselda Mastermind West Side Gun doesn't view what he's doing as rapping. He considers it painting, and his Hitler wears Herms 8. Sincerely Adolf standout track right now. Features some of his most vivid strokes. Over a soundscape laid by Denny LaFleur, Gunn's abstract flow depicts portraits of himself stashing razors in packs of prison applesauce, purchasing a castle fit for Art Basel, and wearing Margiela um, cowboy boots with the tassels, adding to Gunn's mosaic. Jadakiss drops lines like "scrape the pot, let the resty stay," taking listeners so deep into his drug dealing imagination one could almost smell the cocaine remnants through their headphones. Oh wow. Number 6, Wooden Nickels, Mac Homie. The phrase winning nickels refers to tokens of no monetary value outside of sentimental commemoration. Um, and and Mac Homie. Uh, yeah, sorry about that, folks. Yeah, Mac Homie uses this concept on his song of the same name to share parables of good men whose kindness were taken for granted, delivered through sardonic lyrics and monotone flow. The rapper's stories of watching his grandfather and father die without people doing right by them hit with a visceral sense of potency. Throughout the song, Max sheds light on the casualties of carrying the world on one's back and how debt debts are transferable but favors are not. With the um, temerity of a man who's seen it all and is surprised by nothing. Serving so much food for thought, the track wisely takes long instrumental breaks and saxophone riffs melting over somber piano keys, allowing listeners to properly digest the message in the meal. 2010, Earl Sweatshirt. Evolving since his debut caused critics to consider him the second coming of Nas. Earl Sweatshirt hasn't had much interest in traditional rapping in a long time. Instead, he's becoming he's become a lo-fi legend over the past few years, spinning abstract poetry over mostly on musical instrumentals. But on 2010, Sweatshirt um, turns back the clock and decides to rap like a rapper over an actual rap beat, resulting in his best work in years. Uh Perhaps a reference to the year his debut mixtape Earl drew comparisons to Illmatic 2010 is a self-referential throwback to Sweatshirt's blog era lyricism. Um, from the opening line of the song soul verse, I'm gonna need a bigger bag for the cohort. Trying to make a millionaire out of slumdogs. The former future wordsmith maintains a steady, um, unimpeded, unimpeded flow. The track is impressive, refreshing, accessible, and a somewhat frustrating example of the sort of world class rapping Earl Sweatshirt is still capable of. Number four, ask anyone, Lice. Oh man, Lice. Oh damn. Okay. The news of MF Doom's death, reported months late on New Year's Eve 2020, was met mourning and memorializing from the hip hop community as Lice, um, ASAP Rock, and Homeboy Sandman connected on Ask Anyone, paying tribute to the man of many aliases, tap dancing in vocal pockets over Doom's Datura Strom Stromonian instrumental. ASAP Rock details why the villain was the people's champ, likening the lyrics to both Michael Jordan and the fictional serial killer Jason. Homeboy Sandman extolled Doom's influence on everything from the complex rhyme schemes to making bad headlines uh, cool before placing him alongside geniuses like Prince and Charles Mingus. To be memorialized in rhyme is perhaps the highest honor one could receive from a culture that often overlooks its legends, and no other legend is more worthy of such an honor than MF Doom. Of course, number three, Black Woman, Knots featuring Rhapsody, um, Kay Turner, Rod Digger, and Nikki Grier. Of course, Black Women is one of the best posse cuts of 2021 from any rap group of rappers, regardless of gender. Managed CJ Walker, Harriet Tubman, Roxanne Shante, Whoopi Goldberg, and Salt and Pepper are just a few of the Black queens who received their flowers on the song via Rhapsody, Rod Digger, Kay Turner, and Nikki Grier's razor sharp flows. Rod Digger reminds us the kings put it down, but the queens upgrade it. Kay Turner promises it'll take more than some bleach and cream to try and fade us. Rhapsody makes it clear hating black women ain't a W. And Nikki Grier hopes every black woman don't let them ever tell you that you ain't fly. Off Knots' women artist only compilation album. The future is female. Black women represents a victory lap, concluding a year in which women ran rap. Number two, Woo Baby Pop Smoke featuring Chris Brown. An argument can be made far too much posthumous Pop Smoke music has been released at this point, as slain rappers deserve the peace in death they were violently denied in life. Much of Faith Pop Smoke's second posthumous album, following a jam-packed deluxe edition of his debut, fails to live up to the music the drill saving released while he was alive. One exception to this is Woo Baby, the album's second single, on which Pop is heard experimenting with the sort of grizzled sensitivity he became known for beyond his more aggressive raps. Sampling Neo's 2005 hit So Sick, Woo Baby shares its formula with What You Know About Love, Pop's 2020 single that samples Genuine's 2001 classic Differences. What sets Woo Baby apart, though, it is its addition of another male vocalist. Chris Brown carries his end of this duet so deftly. One begins to wonder what the singer would have sounded like in his teenage prime on a proper remix of So Sick. Featuring a familiar instrumental, undeniable charisma, and a willingness to have a bit of fun, Woo Baby contains the very best of Pop Smoke's artistry. And out of respect for said artistry, this should probably be the last the world hears of it. And number one, Yams, Mice, uh, Masigo, and Devin Morrison. A shameless yet nonetheless accurate plug. Vibes New Music Friday rounds up are curated with great care. Sometimes we have no choice but to include songs from arena touring, chart topping, award winning superstars. But more often than not, we tend to gravitate toward the work of smaller acts with oversized talent. This was the case on Friday, November 19th, when we led our round up with Masigo and Devin Morrison's Yams. At the time, we described the song as a clever, quiet storm, inspired pseudo panty dropper that demands the attention of R&B purists. A month later, we stand by every word of this praise. We also noted the song's clever wordplay as it subverts the the cliche sexual nature of euph- um, euphemistic, euphemistic yams, and instead expresses a craving for money, or as we put it, checks or checks, not cheeks. Despite Masago's high hopes, um, there's still no telling if the record will ever become as lucrative around Thanksgiving as Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You is each December. But there's one thing we can say with confidence. Yams is likely the best song of 2021 to appear on no one else's list but their own. Okay. 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 All right. Let me see. Let me see. Should I do um so there's two um let me see how much time I have. Yeah, let me see. I'm probably not gonna have time to actually do Bobby Schmurder and the Golden Globe. So I'm probably gonna do that in the next episode. So most likely I am going to do the last topic of the day, which is SZA. So SZA is taking her talents to the big screen after landing a role which marks her acting debut. The "I Hate You" singer took to her Instagram story to celebrate the win and showed off green confetti celebration cake that reads "Congrats, record breaker and fire actress." The Grammy-nominated singer wrote of the exciting news. "I can't believe I got the part I wanted. Watery eyes emoji. She's an actress." Hmm. At the follow at the followers flooded the comments with congrats and comments about the cake. The singer hopped in the Shade Room's comments to share that the cake was actually a gift from someone, SZA wrote. Um, Laugh my ass off. Thank y'all. And before y'all start um, um, somebody bought me this cake. It's a sweet gesture, and I was being appreciative. Director and photographer Annie Bursey, who's known for working with the hit Different Star, also took to social media to honor the singer's acting debut, writing everything SZA turned touch turned into gold. My girl is now adding actress to her repertoire. Congratulations, babe. Um, yeah. Um, all right. It's been a good year for SZA, who recently broke streaming records with her track "I Hate You," a record that she was initially hesitant about before releasing. She wrote of the song, "Honestly, this started out as an exercise. I just wanted somewhere to dump my thoughts without pressure. Y'all made it a thing, and I'm not mad. Laugh my ass off. Ask and you shall receive. I hate you out on all platforms." Um, no word on what project SZA is slated to make her acting debut in, but this isn't the first time she tried her hand in the craft. Last year, she played the role of missing Latoya Thompson in Insecure's show within a show. So, um, so yeah, yeah. So, let me see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this up right now, man. Whatever. I'm gonna wrap this up right now. Listen. Whatever topics I didn't get a chance to get to, I will cover the other two tomorrow in the next episode. That's about it for episode 108. If you like what you heard in today's episode, please feel free to show some love by making a charitable donation to my cash app, which is $G Money Stacks 555. That's capital G, lowercase MONEY, capital S, lowercase TACKZ 555. Once again, it's not about breaking the bank. It's all about doing what you can, and whatever amount you decide to do will be appreciated. All right. Um. So yeah. Um. So yeah. Listen. I want you to follow me on 17 Live, G Money Stacks, Queens, New York. All right. Um, you can follow the show on Facebook and Instagram at Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York Podcast, all in one word, which is on Facebook and Instagram, alongside with my other shows, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition Show, Meticulous Values Podcast, review show. It's also on Instagram as well, and you can follow me on the gram, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. All right. Now make sure you turn on your notifications, folks, so you can know when I'm gonna be on Instagram Live. Because you never know, I might be in your live stream. Coming to it come to coming near you. So you know what I mean. So now we get to go to a new segment that I like to call Stream Choices on the Go. And you guys know what it is. This is all about the streaming platforms of episodes of where you could listen to the shows that I am about to actually get into right now. So where you can listen to the episodes, you ask? I got you. So the episodes can be listened to, and don't forget to subscribe to all the streaming platforms, including YouTube as well. So don't so you don't miss anything. So you can listen to the episodes on Anchor, Audacity, Audible, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, newly added streaming platform, which is Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Reason FM, Spotify. Don't forget to make a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, and Spotify. It'll be appreciated. We are on Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, and don't forget to listen to Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast episodes on Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the #1 app for music, radio, and podcasts. And last but not least, the YouTube. You go on the YouTube and grab the subscribe button on G Money Stacks 555. Make sure you enable alerts. Stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and the topics that was discussed. Make sure you download your favorite episodes. Share the episodes. Share the videos from YouTube. Share by spreading the word. Make sure you tell a friend to another friend. And of course, you can share the podcast along with the audio streaming platforms in the Linktree link that says Linktree/GMoneyStacks555. So yeah, there you have it. Let me not get into the whole okay, so make sure you reach out to your loved ones. Of course, make sure you of course the wives, your husbands, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your friends, all that good stuff, because they're gonna need your moral support on what's going on the inside of what they're going through. And sometimes it can't be easy, and you know the rest. And of course, I'm here to give you some podcast free game. Most important thing that you need to start a podcast is that you need headphones. You also need a microphone right here. And of course, you need a laptop or a computer so you could be able to do your live streams on the YouTube channel. And of course, StreamYard, which is the software that I use to connect my YouTube channels where I connect my YouTube channels on there for podcast recording episodes. And you get to send invites to your friends to join the live stream chat. You send invite links to your contacts with the phone numbers, email addresses, Instagram, and all that good stuff. And you are allowed to create segments and the websites and the social media handles where people can follow your shows and stuff like that. And also, don't forget that you could create your own brand on StreamYard. And let me just say this though, man. When you create a name of a podcast, you want to make sure that it's something that nobody has ever heard before. So what you want to do is actually come up with something that actually represents you. So so yeah, there you have it right there. Um is there anything else? Okay. I think that's gonna do it for me right here. Um and also don't worry about the fucking haters and the conspiracy theorists and all that other shit whatsoever, because it's not about them. It's all about you and what makes you smile. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, I think sometimes you got to remember, you don't tell people how great you are. You show the people how great you are. And what you want to do is let success speak for itself. You know what I mean? You let success speak for itself, and once again, you picture the haters from the hater mobile that are garbage burgers and all other shit as food, and you will eat them up like this. And yeah, man, that's gonna do it for me. Actually, man. Um, I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for tuning in and rocking with me. I really truly appreciate you guys for listening to me and hearing me out on some stuff. So let me do this real quick and say thank you. Um thank you for helping me reach over 3,000 views, and of course 62 subscribers on YouTube, man. This is basically a this is basically wonderful for me, and I'm actually grateful to actually made it this far, man. So this is going to be a round of applause for me not giving up on my goals and dreams, and you shouldn't either, folks. Yeah, man, yeah, man. That's gonna do it for me, man. Um, like I said, make sure you be careful. Make sure you keep yourself warm. Make sure you keep yourself warm from the cold weather, especially especially this week. And I'm not sure about next week though. But make sure you have your tea with ginger, lemon, honey, and another option is some hot chocolate milk. And if you have any marshmallows, you're welcome to do that and add that to there, because that is the installation of inspiration. All right. And be mindful of the people that you surround yourself with, especially in vans, subways, um, um, buses, taxis, especially big crowds, whatever. Um, and you know, do you and what makes you happy, man. I'm gonna just leave it at that though. So I'll see you next time in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoy this. Um, Peace and one love, and have yourself a good night.